Now, as the 16 National Assembly election results have been announced, all eyes are now on the future.
Yes, and young voters are hopeful for what the upcoming 2026-2031 National Assembly term will bring, and what other hopes and expectations they are placing in the voters for the next 5 years. Let's find out.
It's been 1 week since the nationwide elections for the 2026 to 2031 National Assembly and People's Councils of all levels, with more than 76 million voters casting their ballots, reaching the highest turnout rate ever recorded. Each vote reflects voices from all walks of life, including the hopes and responsibility of young people.
I expect that the voices of the youth can be heard and listened in more channels, such as direct dialogue sessions, online forums, and also social medias. And when the youth are really involved in this matter, I feel like the economy and the country will be more dynamic and creative.
I particularly hope for breakthrough policy that boosts the economy and create more career opportunity for the youth.
I expect that they can listen more carefully to the people's opinion about the social concerns, especially those related to the young people, such as about the education, employment, and the digital transformation in the context of international integration.
I feel that nowadays young people are taking much more interest in the country's affairs. We all seek to express our views on important national issues.
With the upcoming term, the youth are placing their hopes in policies that will shape their future, for tangible changes that will address their concerns about education, employment, and the challenges of a rapidly changing world.
After hearing from young voters about their hopes and expectations for the upcoming National Assembly term, we now turn to some expert insights. Joining us is Ms. Huang Pui-Ling, Program Manager of the Social Networking Program at the Institute for Social, Economic and Environmental Research, who will share her perspective on how youth expectations are shaping the future of Vietnam. And our reporter Quỳnh Phương has more.
Thank you for joining our interview today. So for the first question I want to ask is, how would you assess the initiative that young people are showing today, as many not only paying attention to broader issues, but also seeking to express their views and contribute ideas?
So from our experience of working with young people, I think they're showing up and they're showing that they care, that they have a responsibility toward our society, to the development of Vietnam. They care about issues that directly related to them, but also issues that affecting different groups differently. I think that it means that they are, it's a testament of their empathy and also their motivation and their readiness to participate in our development for the country.
What expectation do you think that young people are placing on the post-election period, particularly the new term of the National Assembly?
From our observations in our work, young people have shown that they are wanting to learn how things work, to be trusted with decision making, and to participate meaningfully. With the new term for the National Assembly, the context is a bit different. Young people are now living in a time of rapid change, global economic shifts, aging population, climate risks, and all the evolving digital technologies. And so we believe that the young people now want to be prepared for those challenges, for the present and the future. Those challenges are massive in scale, so it's important that they are prepared, but with a pace that is intentional, inclusive, and also with care.
What should organizations and public bodies do to create more space to let young people participate and let their voice be clearly heard in key society policies?
What organizations and public bodies can do is to start from the preparation stage. So it's not just about the election every 5 years, but it's also about smaller everyday things. So young people should feel that they are valued, their opinions are heard in small space such as school, families, workplace, or even on digital space. To make it more accessible for youth to engage, Vietnam has been doing a great job at mobilizing youth in past campaigns, utilizing digital platforms with engaging messaging. We can also increase physical accessibility so young people with disability can participate when they feel like they are valued and they're heard in those spaces, then the sense of empowerment can transpire in other public and also political spaces as well.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you.